it's you. Come on in. Welcome to the Scumm Bar.
Welcome to the Scumm Bar Podcast, where we talk movies, video games, pop cultures, books, PD Piranha, and everything in between. I'm your host, Mattbrush, and with me is this rockin' jam. Let's listen to this. So good. So if you remember, last week we were talking about chiptune music. Well, Anth0z has gotten really into it, and that was actually a special song delivered by yours truly, Anth0z.
Thanks. I wasn't sure if that. Do I say my name? Do you say my name?
You say your name. Let me just switch over to my headset. Hold on. Okay, there you go. Speak.
Whoop. Okay.
You're good.
Arf.
Arf. Bark.
Hi.
Bork.
Bork.
Bjork.
Bork.
It's a Swedish dog.
What is that? What does that chef say from Sesame Street? Bork, bork, bork. Doesn't he say that?
I don't know.
The Swedish chef.
The Swedish chef is from Muppets, man.
Oh, sorry. What I said Sesame Street.
Was,
Wait, but the Muppets are from it. The Muppets are from Sesame Street.
No, they're not. They're a separate entity, you fool.
Are they actually?
I think Sesame Street's also made by the Henson Company. But...
okay.
But I don't know. I just wish the Muppets were separate and not associated with those crazy freaks from the street.
He does say bort, bort, bort. He sings this song. He's like making soup. I can hear it in my head.
Maybe it's pork.
Bort, bort, bort. He totally sings it.
You're crazy.
He sings bort, bort, bort.
You don't know what you're talking about. Anth0z, would you like to hear a joke? A pirate joke, in fact.
Maybe.
How good was the Pirates golf game?
How good?
How good?
He scored a parlay.
Let me see if it's funnier if I use a different punchline. You sure are fat.
What?
Is the joke funnier? Let me use a different one. Because they have private tears?
Wait, is that for the same joke, though?
No.
What?
The punchline is par.
Oh, okay.
See, I told you, if I used a different punchline, it was funnier.
I think I was just really confused by all that, but cool. All right.
Good. I'm glad. Anth0z, let's jump into something I like to call Ye Old News. Ye Old News. Anth0z,
yes.
One of my favorite video games is called Mount and Blade. Mount and Blade. 3 words. Mount and Blade. And then it has a subtitle called Warband. Mount and Blade Warband.
Okay.
This came out in like 2010, I think. Like a long time ago.
Like decades
I remember
ago.
when the music used to... But no, it was a long time ago. And it's a medieval game, you know, where people like to play with medieval things. And it's a really cool game. I don't want to spend the whole time talking about it. But anyways, Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord is coming out 2020, which means that there's a 10-year development of this game. And
wow.
I'm so excited for it. It's insane. Mount and Blade is such an underrated game. Well, sorry.
It's such a well-rounded, underrounded game.
It's an underrated game. It's a well-rounded, underrated game. Mount and Blade Warband is the one I'm specifically talking about. This came out in 2010. Made by Paradox Entertainment. Interactive?
Cool.
Entertainment. Interactive?
So is this, this is an open world game?
Yeah, it's like an open world sandbox strategy RPG. It's very hard to explain this game. So when you look at it from like firsthand, you probably go, what the heck? This looks really weird. But honestly, if you play the game, it's incredibly fun. You command a character that you make on your own, and you name them, and you go off into the lands of Calradia, and you get to go and explore as a peasant, pretty much, and rise up from a peasant all the way to like a king, if you want to. Rise. And it's pretty freaking awesome. Or you could start as a king and already have your own lands. It'd be amazing. Actually, you can't start as a king. That's a lie. But you could start as like like there's many different starting points, and essentially what it is like a simulation of medieval times and living in those times, and it's really fun. And the epic battles ensue in this game, and like you fight as like a soldier in the enemy lines and stuff. And I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's really really fun. I don't recommend you search up videos. I just recommend you play it. So play Mountain Blade.
I'm looking at videos. Too late. No.
I don't think it'll do it justice. I saw videos on this game and I thought it looked awful, and then I played it a little bit and I didn't like it. Then I played the expansion pack Napoleonic Wars, and that was like online, and you're like Napoleon soldiers and you're shooting each other with muskets, and it was really fun. And then I got really into Mountain Blade Warband after that. So
cool. Is this so it's PvP? Or
if you play the online, you're playing like it's two separate games. If you're playing Mountain Blade online, what you're doing is just team deathmatch games where you're kind of doing siege. So like there's like a team of let's say 90 units versus a team of another 90 units. And these are all online players, and they do like a giant epic siege. Now, it's pretty cool and pretty fun, and there's still a large community that plays it, so it's actually really, really awesome for that. So you can do that online if you want to, but if you want, you can play the single player, which is much more like playing Skyrim or something. Just take out all the fantasy and make it like simulation medieval, and then it's really, really fun. It's RPG, so you're building up stats and leveling up your character, but you're also trying to get money, survive, so you're eating and trying to keep your party alive. And then you're also trying to build up an army, so you can build up like 200 units, on the battlefield, and then have to fight like other units and have these huge epic battles and stuff. And you actually have to do formations. You have to say like charge or like follow me or line up here or like advance 10 paces and stuff. Like you have to do all the formation stuff too, and it's really interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Didn't mean to explain all of that, but anyways, Mountain Blade Banner Lord is Mountain Blade 2.
But thanks anyway.
And it's coming out for 2020, and they just released the trailer, and I'm so freaking excited. I just can't wait. I just can't wait. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
It'll be
great.
It's going to be me.
I mean, it'll be great. Oh, wait. That's a Friends reference, isn't it? Somebody says that. Somebody's like, oh, what happens? Help me. What happened?
I can help you like this. This hand is my hand. This hand is your hand.
No, wait, that's my hand.
Oh, no,
that's your hand. Oh, no, I swear. Somebody says, like, it'll be great, and then they go back.
It'll be great.
Like, I mean, it'll be great. Does, like, Phoebe say it? Oh, shoot.
Oh, is it when Ross has the... No, when Ross is... when he's dating the British chick, Emily?
I don't know. Oh, this is gonna bug me. Shoot, I won't be able to sleep tonight. Okay, I'll think about it while we're while we're podcasting. While we're casting our pods. So let's continue casting our pods, and then I will look into it.
Wait, I think I found it.
Oh, what? Really? Is it for Friends?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna play it. Hold on.
Oh wait. Oh, I did find it.
This weekend we have a laser disc marathon, okay, and maybe a tournament on my new dartboard. Huh? What do you think? That 2 days of darts. It'll be great.
Did you hear it? Did you hear
yes.
it?
Yes! I did it! That's like the earliest I've gotten one, I think.
What do you think? That 2 days of darts. It'll be great.
Look at that! You're amazing. You got it.
Nice.
That was like that wasn't even like a famous scene or anything. That was just a random throwaway line. You got that. Good job.
Yeah, I think it's because like I said before, what I like about Ross is that he says lines with such melody. So it's catching.
Yep.
Or it's catchy, and I end up remembering it just like so easily. Oh, identify. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
That's not a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, that's such a good line. Not a thing. Oh, I love it. Anth0z, I don't even know what we're doing. What do you have any news?
I don't. Let's just talk about Friends. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. So there's this game that caught my interest, and it's called Bleak Faith, and it's an open world horror action RPG.
Oh.
So yeah, if you look it up, I guess you can pick like different kinds of characters, but then like the worlds that you're in, they're so weird. Like you encounter like all these sorts of different like kind of demons and like monsters that you wouldn't. I think you wouldn't normally see in like kind of like one game. So it's almost like it's a whole bunch of random.
Okay, this is my take on it, and I've only looked at it for 2 seconds. It looks like Witcher mixed with BioShock.
And I was gonna say mixed with Resident Evil, but yeah, like.
Is it out?
No, I think it's coming soon.
I'm coming soon.
I want the world to know. Got to let it show.
Interesting. This looks third person. What did it say? It's a third person RPG horror adventure. This looks really interesting, really intriguing. Like, wow.
Brutal open world survival horror action RPG. Like, what a
oh my gosh,
what a caption. So supposedly it'll be coming out the last quarter of 2019. So
that looks really intriguing.
That's like fairly soon.
Wow, what a unique concept.
Right?
Jeez, I'm just kind of blown away by the art style. It looks really nice.
It does look really cool. Yeah. Like I guess like I don't really know The Witcher that well, but something about
it kind of has a mix of like you're right, actually Dark Souls. I'm definitely getting a Dark Souls vibe on this. And I'm also getting like a Death Stranding vibe on this. Like it's kind of got like both mixed together.
I think that's what caught me. Like it's got that kind of like creepy kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
That's why it caught my eye. So
wow.
Yeah. So that's gonna be coming out. I'm interested to try that.
Nice.
This might be kind of like old news, I guess, but so Marvel's Agents of Shield. This is just a wee bit older, but yeah. So Marvel's Agents of Shield is coming to an end with its 7th season. So that'll be coming out this September or October, I guess, is when they start airing season 7. I don't know if you ever watched it, but in the beginning, the first couple first couple of seasons, they had some like more prominent tie-ins with the MCU.
Yeah.
And then after that, not as much. Are you the peddler from The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time? You're like that boy who's like begging for money or something like that. He's like crouching and he's like patting his legs, his thighs.
No, he just had a drug problem. That's what he did.
Right. He had too many rupees. So yeah, and then after the first couple seasons, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just kind of went just in weird directions. I tried finishing season 6. It's really difficult for me, but I want to just because I'm trying to get my my Marvel fix in the meantime while we're waiting for the next phase of Marvel to kick in.
Yeah.
And it's just so all over the place. So I think maybe it's a good thing that they're trying to end it sooner than later, because otherwise it's going to be one of those just really drawn out things, and now they can just have more room for if they need to use those characters or like using those storylines in a better way for like the rest of like Disney Plus's streaming. Yeah, so they did a good job for the most part, and it was fun. But yeah, so that's ending, and that's that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I never really was interested in S.H.I.E.L.D., but I feel bad for the people that really like S.H.I.E.L.D. There's a woman at my work who really, really likes S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I should say, and she doesn't really keep up with the Marvel movies. So I found that kind of funny, that she just like totally is involved in this show, but not really the franchises that it's based on.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
I find it, how can you be the opposite? Like, she hasn't seen any Marvel movie?
No, she's seen the Marvel movies. She's just not that invested in them. And I don't think she's seen them all. You know, I think she's only seen, like, let's say 60% of them or so.
I see. Okay. That's not too bad. Yeah, I've got a couple, actually, well, one of my notes for Ye Olde News is actually, it's about just seeing if you've seen Jack Ryan, but I mentioned it in our last episode, so I should cross this one out.
Crossover?
Do you have any news?
No, I'm done on news. I'm newsed out.
Oh,
like
so you're up to date.
I'm super up to date. I know everything and anything.
Cool. Did you know that in Super Mario Maker 2, there's a level that somebody made and it's called Try to Die?
No.
So
it pads everything, like band-aids everything so that you can't die?
Kind of, yeah. So like you find you'll see like spikes and you'll try to touch it, but then in order to get to it, you have to pass by like whatever sort of trigger that blocks the spikes, so you can't get to it. And then there's these other parts where like in some of those lava levels, like the lava's just like open, and so you'll be walking along the ground, and then there's like an open patch of lava, so you fall into it, but then you don't go further, so you just can't see that there's hidden blocks there behind the lava, so you end up just standing there. What else? Oh, there's just so much stuff. I think I just watched it last night. It was actually pretty funny to watch. Like I thought like
cool.
maybe there is a way that you can die, but I don't think there is. I think the game stops you
that
no
would
matter
make it
what.
so nobody could beat the level though, right?
I think no, because in order to beat the level, you still have to get to the end. Like you still have to get to that flag.
Right. Yeah, never mind. Okay. So you can beat the level, you just can't die.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then what happens at the end is after he jumps off the flag on the other side of it, he runs into that like the spring that you jump to make you jump higher.
Yeah.
But the spring is sideways, so he runs into it and it pushes him off, and then he falls. But this is after the flag's already gone down, so it doesn't count.
That's smart.
Yeah. So I thought that was really fun. I really like how people can be so creative with Super Mario Maker.
It's such a creative game.
It's great. Yeah. Really happy with how that turned out.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's my ye olde news.
All right. Well, Anth0z, because you're done your ye olde news, let's move into the next thing, which I like to call topic number 1.
Number 1.
Topic number 1.
Let's do it.
That's Anth0z's topic.
Let's
go ahead,
do
Anth0z.
Oh, is mine? Okay, let's go.
Yes, go. Fast and Furious.
All right. So I want to... Ooh, thanks. I'm going to add that. Okay, so my topic is... tell me what is your favorite of the series. So, like, I'll name, like, a few...
Oh, yeah.
like,
good
franchises
topic.
and,
You're on
like,
fire
whatever.
with topics lately. Good job.
Aw, thanks. So, I'm going to start off with the one that you just mentioned.
Yes.
Fast and Furious. So,
What's
have
my
you seen
favorite?
all of them?
Yes.
Okay, what is your favorite of the Fast and Furious movies?
Ooh. You know what's really shocking about this? My favorite is the first one.
Oh, okay.
Which is really weird, because I love the franchise and everything it's morphed into. It's pretty much car kung fu. But it's the very first one, for some reason, I rewatched it not that long ago, and I was like, this is such a fun movie. It's still so good. It's car culture, it's like street racing culture, and it's just like fun, stupid references, but everyone's grounded in reality still, you know? And the cat and mouse game that Dom is playing with main dude, can't remember his name, it's really fun to watch, you know, and they're just like they're friends, they're enemies, they're friends, they're enemies. It just goes back and forth throughout the whole movie, and it's still like on the edge of your seat. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So
cool.
For me, that's it. What about you?
Nice. Am I allowed to say Hobbs and Shaw? Does that count as part of this series?
I would say so, yes, for sure.
Okay.
Which I actually haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw, but I want to.
I see. Okay,
awesome.
well, I want to say it's difficult for me to say because like Hobbs and Shaw it went a completely different direction from the rest of the Fast and Furious movies, right? Like,
but
they kind of touched more on like extraordinary people. Like, have you seen the trailer for it?
Yes.
So yeah, Idris Elba, he's like super powered in some way, right? And so when I saw that, I was really confused because like we didn't really see any kind of like super powered people in the previous movies. If anything, people were just kind of like crazy as psycho.
Yeah.
There was like mind manipulation or whatever because I think the 6th or 7th one, Letty, like after they thought that she died and they found her again, she had like
she was evil for a while there.
She was evil because she had like memory loss.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the 6th, it might have been like the 5th or something, but other than that, we didn't see anything that was too out of the ordinary. Like everything was fairly real other than like just the like ridiculous driving.
Yeah.
So like I want to say Hobbs and Shaw, but then I also want to say there was the one with I think it might have been like the 3rd or the 4th one, and the bad guy was Braga. I think he was like some Brazilian or like Puerto Rican guy. But he had his like so Braga was like the main bad guy that they were trying to like take down or whatever. But he had like this. He basically had like his number one, who was like his bodyguard, but he was also like the best driver. So I think I enjoyed having this guy be like, you know, like big kind of dude character. He probably had like a gold cap on his tooth. He was kind of like just that cliche kind of like bad guy, right? He looks like it, but he's also like a really cool really good driver. I liked the scenes that they created. Like when they were driving like through the mountain, like in between like these like mine paths and stuff like that. And I think that was like, for me, that was like really exciting to watch just because like there's only so many paths that they can take. It's not like the same as when they're drag racing on the roads where it's like open roads and, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But this one was like, oh, okay, now this is like we're in the middle of nowhere. This is where it counts. If you crash here, like you you're lost, you die, you're gonna get killed or whatever, right? So I felt like watching that it felt to me like there was more on the line. So yeah, I remember that scene specifically I really liked. I think I just overall liked that movie. It might have been either the third or fourth. Let me check.
It's the fourth one, which is Fast and Furious. Yeah.
Okay.
Third one's Tokyo Drift. So.
Oh, which one was the second one then? I thought Tokyo Drift was the second one.
No, second one is Too Fast, Too Furious.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, then, yeah. Right, the fourth one.
Yeah. It's definitely the fourth one.
Cool.
I just watched the fourth one not that long ago, too, because I was trying to go through the whole series. So I did 1, then 4. And then
Nice.
I don't think I got past that, actually. So when I was trying to rewatch the series, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, I got a series for you.
Okay.
And I'm curious. I think we've already talked about it, but I want to hear it again because I'm right in the middle of it. Rocky.
Oh.
So good.
My favorite has actually always been 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If he dies, he dies.
He dies. I will break you.
I will break you.
But it's okay. Like, I really, really like 4, but at the same time, I also really, really like the first one, and that's because I love watching him. I love watching all the scenes where he's just walking on the street.
I know.
When he's not in the ring.
And that music.
The music. Oh yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, like the more solemn music when he's like you're showing his life outside of what he's trying to make a career out of. When he's pretty much like he's not homeless, but he's not that well off. He's kind of like a bum, but he's so tight with his community. Like everybody knows him.
All the street guys, do. He's like, "Alright, guys, how you doing?"
Yeah, and you know, like I think what tops it off is as he's walking on the street, he's always bouncing his ball.
Yeah, which apparently is actually a boxer's thing. It's good for his coordination with his eye because he got a bad eye, so it's apparently for his coordination. So he's bouncing the ball. But yeah,
okay.
I just recently watched the first one again, and actually first and second one again, and I'm just in love with those movies. They're so freaking good.
They are.
But I've always loved the second movie, thinking it was maybe one of the better ones. But it's so funny, in this recent watch through of them, I found the second one not to be bad at all, but just nowhere near on par with the first one. The first one's just so good and full of heart. And honestly, like I think the first Creed and then the first Rocky movie are very similar in tone, and I think they do a really good job of capturing that, but they're both, like Creed's obviously much more modern and doesn't have as much character development on Creed as Rocky does on Rocky. But Creed falls at the disadvantage of also trying to bring back characters that we already know and throw in stuff that we already know. While Rocky, they just take so much time to get you involved in his life. They spend all this time with Rocky first. Then they spend this time with Adrian. Then they spend this time with whatever his name is, Paulie. Yeah, and then they spend more time with Rocky. Then they finally get to Mickey, you know? Then they spend more time with Rocky. Then a bit more with Adrian. And then finally, boom, they hit you with Creed. And it's like, whoa! Like, it's just like, it's so good. It's well told. I really like that movie. So I'm going
really
1.
Is.
I'm going 1.
Cool.
You go 4, but 1 really, but 4. Because 4.
Pretty much. Yeah, like I want to say, it's so difficult.
If you
like,
rewatch 4, though, you're shocked with all the things you don't like about 4. Like, Paulie's got like a futuristic robot thing.
I know the robot thing. Yeah,
is dumb, and then like I honestly don't like the training montage. I don't like him up in Russia doing his whole training montage up in there. I'm not a big fan.
Okay,
and even the fact of him fighting in Russia, it's just strange. But I love Ivan Drago, which is kind of why Creed 2 is so good. But yeah,
well, I think that's probably why I like the fourth one as well. Like him as the opponent versus
he's just such a good villain. He's perfect.
Yeah. Like Mr. T to me, like he was, I don't know, he was just so annoying. He was just so over
he's
the
actually
top
my least favorite Rocky villain.
Yeah,
actually, but I also ignore Rocky 5. In my opinion, Rocky 5 doesn't exist. So.
Rocky 5 doesn't count either. Yeah. I think like he's not a villain per se, but he was just as annoying as Mr. T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's weird is that Rocky Balboa film is also really good. Like I count that as Rocky 5 in a weird way. That's actually Rocky 5 to me. And it's really good. Like, and I don't remember the bad guy in that one, but the point of that movie is almost that the bad guy doesn't matter. Like,
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's so much more about Rocky.
What's like what one of the last lines he says to him, like they're after the fight's over, they're hugging. He's like, "You're crazy, old man," something like that.
Exactly. Yeah, it's so good. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Cool. Series.
All right. Have you seen all of the Ninja Turtles movies?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of them, though.
There's there's three back from like the 90s, and then there's like the late the two that came out recently in the past like decade, but I saw the first one of those. I didn't see the second one, but I was more going to relate to like the original three. But if you haven't seen those, I can pick something else.
I haven't. I've seen like bits and pieces of the first Ninja Turtles movie, but that's about it, to be honest.
Okay. Pick your favorite of the Harry Potter series.
Chamber of Secrets. I don't know what it is. I mean, for me, I love Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets. Those are my favorite movies of the Harry Potter series because it's Chris Columbus doing the directing, and I think he was the best Harry Potter director. He was really good, and it was all about the magic and the live action scenes that were happening. And it was just really tight, concise stories. But I remember watching Chamber of Secrets thinking how dark it was. Like I was young, but I remember being like, wow, this is so dark. Like this is so like scary almost, you know. There was like dark spiders and all that kind of stuff, and everything was getting like creepier. There was murders now at the school, and it was all about like a murder mystery. And like then it was suddenly like it was starting to get into like the Dark Lord stuff and like this chamber he's got in the sea, and it was just really, really supernatural and fun. And I remember my friend and I in the theater being like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen? And I was just really intrigued. I really, really liked it. And now today, when I still watch that movie, I remember all those emotions, and it hits me just as hard as it did back then. So, for some weird reason, that one is the one. So.
Wow, I never would have expected Chamber of Secrets. Like for me, at least, okay, when I read the books, 1, 2, 3,
Prisoner
more
of
so
Azkaban.
2 and 3.
Out of the books, Prisoner of Azkaban, hands down.
Wow.
Yeah, so good.
1, 2, and 3 were like my least favorite of all the books.
Oh, really?
But I could be. I might have to, you know, I'm gonna have to reread them again. It could be because like I remember exactly how it felt. Like I would actually, like I would pre-order the book at Chapters, and I would go to pick it up like the day it came out, and like I just remember like booking time off to just read those books. I was so excited, and I enjoyed them so much. When I read 4 after reading the first 3, for me reading 4 was just like it stepped up to like the next level for me. Like going through that whole Triwizard Tournament, all those details, and seeing like really testing Harry going through all these things, like, oh, I just really loved it. And then
actually, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
But,
when I was a kid reading the books, 3 was my favorite. But actually going through the books now, Half-Blood Prince is now my favorite. Because Half-Blood Prince is the last real Harry Potter book. It's the last one of all the same Harry Potter tropes, and you still get that same feeling of everything, and it's so fun. Yeah. And then it's not that I don't like the last one, it's just, it's different. While Half-Blood Prince has still got everything you're looking for, and it's still, I don't know, it's juicy, it's good. So you're right. So now I like Half-Blood Prince is my favorite book, but back then it was Prisoner of Azkaban when I was a kid.
Azkaban. Prisoner of Azkaban.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
So I'm gonna reread those books for sure. But I think for my favorite movie of Harry Potter, I would say The Half-Blood Prince.
Oh wow.
So I watched that recently, and I think I really like how we get to see more of. Well, one, like, okay, Draco Malfoy.
Yeah. I always said she could write a parallel book of what Draco Malfoy does in between Half-Blood Prince and the end of the last one, the Deathly Hallows.
Of the Deathly Hallows, yeah.
She could write a whole parallel story of whatever Draco did during that time, because we know bits and pieces of it, but we don't know the full thing.
Yeah. But I just like... So, towards the beginning, I think Harry is... Well, okay, when they're on the train. This is... I guess like setting up the scene for the rest of like the school year, right? He's on the train and he's kind of like unsure about like a whole bunch of things. I think is he unsure about? Yeah, he's already unsure about Draco because he thinks that he's going to be. It was an initiation to become a Death Eater, right?
Yeah.
And so Harry's got all this doubt. He goes to with his invisibility cloak and goes to check him out. So what I like is how they showed that while Harry has been using this cloak all these times, that when it comes to, I can't remember if there are other times, but when it comes to Draco Malfoy, who is not really his like arch nemesis, but it's just some like stupid annoying kid who he's the one who's able to see past the cloak.
Yeah.
Right. So in the beginning, like he gets up onto like the top luggage rack, and Draco notices it, and then he goes through his whole scheme of like stupefying or whatever he did. I don't think it was stupefy. Some petrifis, whatever, like petrify something spell.
Yeah.
Knocks him off, takes him out, kicks him in the face, and just like, as much as like I hated that Harry had to go through that, I like that Draco had the chance to do something like that, and now And what I also like seeing is that, like, so Harry is, he's the chosen one. People kind of like not really like fear him, but they know him and they don't necessarily like mess with him, right? They kind of like steer clear. But Draco's the one who's like, I don't care. Like, especially in this one, like he's always picked on him, but in this one he goes all the way or out of the way to actually like hurt him. But then at the same time, like later on, like he's still like fearful of his life because like he has to make these commitments for Voldemort and stuff like that. So I like getting to see that side of Draco. Like he's grown, but he still gets subdued just because of like who it is in front of him at that time.
Right.
Like his confidence in front of Harry doesn't stay no matter what. It's just for Harry because that's how he feels for Harry, which like all the other times was just like, oh, he's like some annoying privileged kid. But now it's like, I hate you. I'm going to do something about it. And I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff about the Half-Blood Prince that I really like, but that was my favorite of the sixth one for sure. Of the movies for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Man, we need to have a Harry Potter podcast, apparently. We've got a lot to say about it.
Once I reread all the books, I'll have so much to say again, too.
Okay, go through the audiobooks. I recommend them with Stephen Fry. It's really, really good.
Ooh.
Gone through them many, many times, but Stephen Fry narrates the whole Harry Potter series, and he's so good at it.
Audiobooks.
That's
honestly, a good idea.
I will listen to those audiobooks more than I'll watch the movies now. They're more nostalgic to me. They're just like, he just does the voices really, really well, and it's the story of Harry Potter, so you're getting so much more of it. And then since you've seen the movie so many times, you're seeing the characters in your head as the movie characters, and it's just so good. Like, I forget that I haven't actually seen that scene from the movie. I've only seen it in my head from the book, but like I forget that so much now just because I've gone through them with the audiobooks. But I've literally gone through them all, and then gone through them all again immediately afterwards. So it's that good. It's very good.
Nice. Cool. Okay. You pick one.
Lord of the Rings.
Nice. That's on my list. I might have to say the third one.
Return of the King.
Yeah, like I guess I'm kind of just a sucker for seeing like big fights, big wars kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
And so like I'm specifically picturing when he had the what was the
Palantir?
What are what's the ghost army? What are they called?
Oh, the dead. The Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead, yeah. Just I think when they came out, I was like, yeah. Like I was just like I was so excited.
Yeah.
And I think something about like the second one for me was just very slow. And then I think the first one for me was just like, okay, well that was like a nice intro. Like I enjoyed it, but like I want to get into it like more and more and more.
Right.
So maybe if there was like a mixture of like 1 and 3, I'd really like it. But for now, I'd have to say the third one. Yeah.
I definitely understand your points. For me, definitely the first one though. I kind of like Chamber of Secrets. Every time I watch that movie, I remember how I felt when I was watching it the first time. And specifically the scene with the hobbits when they're in the weather top and the Nazgul are coming in through the darkness of the archways and Frodo's there and like Sam's there, Merry and Pippin, and they got their swords out. And that feeling there, I was just like, that's me and my friends. Like, it just instantly felt like, I was like, that's me and my friends. Like, and like that moment where none of them ran, they all were just going to fight anyways. And they're just totally outmatched, outclassed and everything. But I was just like, that feeling of like bravery and like companionship, I was just like, this is everything. That moment there sold the whole movie for me. When I saw that scene, I was just on board for the rest of it. And so now watching that movie, I love that movie. That's my favorite by far. You get pretty much anything you want to see from just the first one. But you're right though, there are epic, like all three of them are good, but the first one just gives me all the right feels. So
okay. Would you watch it if they retitled it Medieval Trotters?
I might. And also Middle Globe Trotters.
Middle Globe Trotters.
I would do that too. Okay. Give me one more series.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this off a little bit.
Okay.
Pick your favorite of the Mario Kart series.
Double Dash. It is the most controversial thing I think I have.
Okay.
I love Double Dash. And like the thing is, I was the dude who would go to the people's houses and be like, oh, let's play Mario Kart. And I'd be like, let's play Double Dash. And they'd be like,
Nice.
no, like it's the worst one. And I'd be like, no, it's the best one. But for me, I love the cooperativeness of it. I loved how somebody could drive while another person could be throwing the weapons out. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But for me, it's because I guess I never really owned a Nintendo console when I was younger. So for me, like Mario Kart was always something I played with friends. So I wasn't necessarily used to the idea of racing and throwing weapons out as everyone else was. So when they were playing 2-player, they hated losing the control of not throwing items themselves. But for me, I was seeing this as like a cooperative thing we could all play together where I'm throwing weapons and you're driving, you know? And I think the best way to relate this is the first time anyone played Halo and they were driving one of the Warthogs and their friend got on the back turret and they were shooting things.
Oh, yeah.
That feeling you got from that's what I got from Mario Kart Double Dash. So for me, I was really enjoying that in that game, and that's why I like that one so much. So, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
What was yours?
Well, I'm actually torn between Mario Kart, like Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo.
Oh, wow.
And Mario Kart 64.
Yeah.
And I think it's mainly because of the music for the Star Road map. Is it Star Road? It's something
You're basing
like
your favorite Mario Kart game based on the background music to Star Road or Rainbow Road.
Well, because I felt like most of the mechanics for like the recent games, like they're pretty much the same, right?
Yeah.
I think when it came to Mario Kart 64 and they introduced like what did they introduce? Oh, well, it was just like the different levels for like for Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Like I really liked those levels and everything was just really fun and I could play that with my friends just for days. Super Nintendo, I guess like I would still get that nostalgic feeling, but for me, like a lot of what I like about games tends to be music too. So I think I've mentioned this before, but in the is it DuckTales? No. Yeah. No. Wait. Shoot. What's the Scrooge McDuck?
Yeah.
Where's he from?
DuckTales.
Yeah. So in the DuckTales game, they in the DuckTales game, there's a level that takes place in space, and the music just gets me. Like
What's
I start
really
the level.
Famous that song. It's like Moon something.
Moon, yeah.
Moon theme. That's really popular. Like symphonies play this.
Yeah. So like I would start the level and I wouldn't play it because I just wanted to sit and listen to the music. So that's kind of me for.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I remember it now.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, we can't play it too much because we're not allowed to play it. But but for anybody who remembers that song, so good.
Yeah. So I just really enjoyed the music from the Rainbow Road games, the Rainbow Road maps, and I would get sad when it's over because I don't get to hear the music anymore. So, yeah.
That's
pretty much it.
Yeah, you know what? That's not that bad. I understand your point.
Thank you.
Okay, well, Anth0z, we're gonna move on to something that we like to call the Wheel of Scum. But
Cool.
But before you freak out, I'm going to throw a curveball into the mix, and I do this usually every second episode.
Okay.
We're actually not going to play the Wheel of Scum because I've got a quiz for you to complete.
Ooh.
Yes, but as a shared treat, you're going to have to complete this quiz quickly. So, here we go. Are you ready for the Impossible Marvel quiz? I saw this the other day on a video, and I would like you to try it.
I'm going to enlarge my screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Very first question. Who is this? And it's a picture of Maria Hill.
Yes.
And which of these translated words is not a trigger for the Winter Soldier? Homecoming, freight car, scissor, 17. Scissor is not. Let's see. You're correct. Who's this? And it's a picture of the dude from Thor. He's one of Thor's companions.
Oh, jeez. What's his name? I have no
Gimli.
idea. Fandral?
Is it Roar, Fandral, Volstagg, or Gimli? Fandral?
Either Fandral or Volstagg. Let's go Fandral.
You are wrong. It was Volstagg.
It's Volstagg.
Oof.
Okay.
Who is Loki's biological father? Adramas, Odin, Jotun, or Lofi?
Not Odin. I don't know. Aramis?
It was Lofi.
So Lofi was the giant,
blue dude.
the blue giant?
Ice giant. What's Captain America's shield made of? Vibranium?
Vibranium.
You're correct.
Titanic. It's made of Titanic.
I know who killed Fury. Most of the intelligence communities don't believe he exists. The ones who do call him the Winter Soldier. Who said this? Captain America, Black Widow, Nick Fury, or Baron Wolfgang von Schluckach?
Black Widow.
Correct. Good job.
Yes.
Skip the advertisement. And
Skip.
I have lived most of my life surrounded by my enemies. I'd be grateful to die surrounded by my friends. Who said this? Was it Gamora, Rocket, Yondu,
Whoa.
or Drax?
What the? What? I have no idea.
I'll give you a hint. It was from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Thanks. Geez, I want to say it's either Yondu or Drax. I live most of my life. I'm gonna say Yondu.
Gamora.
Gamora?
I think it's the first one. I think they're in their ship and they're gonna like commit suicide or something. Okay, the powerful being from the Dark Dimension in Doctor Strange is called Eternity, Vashnu, Apocalypse,
Dormammu.
or Dormammu. You're correct. It's Dormammu.
Yes.
What race is Ronan the Accuser? Krull,
Kree.
Kree, Xandarian. He's Kree.
I like how Krill is.
Which villain is this? Hamir, Sol Rama, Caecilius, Lucian. Caecilius. You silly guy, you got it right.
I'm such a Caecilius
Who
guy.
is Scott Lang's daughter? Sasha,
Cassie.
Sarah, Chrissy. You're right, it was
Yes.
Cassie. In Iron Man 2, what bunker-busting smart missile was a dud when War Machine tried using it? The Angry Father, the Ex-Wife, the Vulcan, the Jericho.
Oh, shoot. The ex-wife?
Correct!
Ah,
Dude,
nice.
you're good at this. Okay,
I'm
what's
okay.
the name of Ant-Man's Ant Buddy and Ant-Man?
Anthony.
You're correct!
Yay!
Okay, who are the group of soldiers who fight alongside Captain America, the First Avenger? The Inglourious Bastards, the Howling
The
Commandos.
Howling Commandos.
You're correct!
Yes.
By
They
which-
remind me of the squad from Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I know, actually. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
By which of these other monikers is Odin known? The Allfather, the Wise One, the True Seer, the All-Knowing.
Oh, geez, I have no idea. The Allfather?
Correct!
Oh, wow.
Man, you know
Cool.
this in the
That
deep
was a guess.
recesses of your mind. Okay, in which year was Iron Man released? 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009?
Oh, geez, it's either 2006 or 2007. Let's go 2007.
Ooh, sir, it's gonna be 2009. It was
Oh,
2008.
2008?
What?
Oh.
I thought it was 2009. Oh, man. Okay, who attempts suicide at the end of Captain America Civil War? Sharon Carter, James Rhodes, Helmut Zemo, Bucky Barnes.
Helmut Zemo.
You're correct. Name this character
Barnes.
from Captain America, the First Avenger, and it's a picture of a doctor with glasses. Is it Dr. Arnim Zola, Dr. Abraham Erskine, Dr. Emil Lustgarten, or Dr. Johann Schmidt?
Johann Schmidt?
Nope, it's Abraham
That was my
Erskine.
second. Yeah, I thought it might be
Oh.
Abraham.
How
Darn.
many Infinity Stones are there? 3, 4, 5, or 6?
6.
6, and you pick up sticks. You got it. Who is this? Christine Everhart, Pepper Potts, Sharon Carter, or Bonnie Mullally? It's a picture of a blonde woman with no underwear on and just a shirt.
Christine Everhart?
Correct!
Oh, okay.
I don't know how you knew that, but good job. Forged in the heart of a dying star, what is Thor's hammer's name?
Mjolnir.
Yum, 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 yum. What's Red Skull's real name? Joran Newcastle, Josef Smith, Johannes Wagner, or Johann Schmidt?
Oh, is he? Wait, Johannes Wagner?
I don't know, but I like how I said Josef Smith instead of Joseph Smith because there's so
it's
many.
that's why I was thinking of the name Johann Schmidt. Okay. That's
Yeah. After which 80s TV star did Star-Lord name his ship? Gary Coleman, Alyssa Milano, Christina Applegate, or Salile Moonfry?
Oh, geez, I have no idea. No.
What is Star-Lord's ship named?
Would he have an 80s TV star?
Oof.
Gary Coleman?
Oof. His ship is called the Milano.
Alyssa Milano. I don't remember that.
What are Quicksilver's last words in Avengers Age of Ultron? I love you. You didn't see that coming. No, or I'll always be here.
You didn't see that coming.
I'll always be here is E.T.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'll always be here.
E.T. go home.
Which movie is this? And it's a picture of dude purple face with the hammer, but not that.
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron, correct.
It's a purple face guy.
Which movie is this? It's a picture of the Hulk looking down at a short
The
soldier.
Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk. Good job.
Nice.
Frank Grillo played Brock Rumlow in Captain America the Winter Soldier. By what other name is he known by?
Crossbones.
You're correct.
Yes.
I can't even get the question out. Which movie is this? And it's a picture of Hawkeye falling from a building. Captain
The
America.
Avengers.
This one? Yes.
Yes.
What is the name of the rainbow bridge that connects Midgard and Asgard?
Bifrost.
Yep. Good job.
Thank you.
Which song does Baby Groot dance to at the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh, it's a Michael Jackson song.
Yes, One Hit
it's,
Starting Something by Michael Jackson.
I Want You Back.
I Want You Back by the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
You are correct, sir.
Thank you.
Who kills Frigga in Thor: The Dark World? Is it Thor? Is it Curse? Or Algrim? Or is it Malekith? Or is it Loki?
I'm gonna guess it's Malekith.
Malekith. Oh, no, it's Curse Algrim.
Oh.
Which movie is this? And it's a picture of Black
This
Widow
looks like
with
Civil
a
War.
laser
That's Civil
beam
War.
thing. And he says it's Civil War, so we're going to go for Civil War. You're correct.
Yeah.
Which movie is this? And it's a picture of Iron Man in his suit hanging out on a couch.
Iron Man 3.
You are correct.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry, I should let you finish the questions.
No, that's totally fine. What was the second movie
Okay.
in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? The Iron Man 2, Incredible Hulk, Captain America, or Thor?
Wait,
What was the second
they
movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
didn't. Oh, the Incredible Hulk.
You're correct.
Oh,
They
I
actually
thought
came
that
out the
came
same
out-
year.
Oh,
I will bathe the starways with your blood. Who said this? Loki, Thanos, Ronan the Accuser, or Nebula?
I
will
have no
bathe
idea.
The starways with your blood.
Ronan the Accuser.
No, it's Thanos.
Oh,
probably.
Thanos. I can kind of picture him saying it, but that seemed too like trivial for him to
Yeah,
say.
that's what I was thinking too. In which movie is Iron Man believed to be dead? Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Avengers Age of Ultron, or Spider-Man?
Man 3? Oh, wait. Iron Man 3.
Coming.
3.
You're correct. Iron Man 3. I saw that movie once. I really don't remember it.
Ulysses Claw.
There's no question.
Just
it's
the
supposed
face.
to say who is this, but anyways, yes, you're right.
It's what's his name? What's the actor's name?
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis. Yeah.
What a circus. Where did Eric Killmonger Stevens grow up? Creed, Los Angeles, Memphis, Oakland, or Wakanda?
Oh shoot! I think Oakland.
Oh, wow, correct. I was going to
Nice.
say Los Angeles. Good job. Which of these characters did not wear an Iron Man suit in Iron Man 3? Rhodey, Pepper, President Ellis, or Happy? Rhodey, Pepper, President Ellis, or Happy?
I guess Happy.
Happy, Pappy? Correct,
Oh.
you got it. Good job.
Nice.
Who's the head of the Dora Milaje? Is that how you say that?
I don't know.
Okoye, Shuri, Nakia, or Ramonda?
Okoye, I think.
Okoye. Correct.
Nice.
In which Marvel movie did Samuel Jackson first appear as Nick Fury? Was it The Avengers, Captain America, Iron Man 2, or Iron Man?
Oh jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Oh jeez.
What?
Oh.
What?
Iron Man. Wait, hold on. What came up? Iron Man 2.
Oh, it's the
Ah.
first one.
Oh, he came out in. He was probably in the post, like the last scene.
Probably.
I think.
Director
Yeah.
James Gunn's brother Sean plays this character in the Guardians of the Galaxy's movies. What is his name? Tulk, Kraglin, Taserface, or Stakar?
Oh, I don't know. Is it Kraglin?
Every day I'm Kraglin. Good job, you got it.
Nice. Cool.
What
What a
does
guess.
Roman Day call Star-Lord when he arrests him? Star whatever, Star Prince, Star Lord, or Star Guy?
Star Prince?
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Good job.
Nice.
In which movie does Tony Stark get drunk while wearing the Iron Man suit? Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, or The Avengers?
Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it. And last but not least, which movie is this? And it's a picture of Captain America punching a soldier through his shield.
Oh, wow. That's so difficult.
It's either The Avengers, Captain America Winter Soldier, Age of Ultron, or the first Avenger. Oh, and the reason it's confusing is because he's wearing his old outfit, it looks like.
Yeah. No, he doesn't wear that in the Avengers. I'm gonna go with the Winter Soldier.
Correct!
Yes.
Good job! You did well. You got 78%. Wow.
That's
you
not
must
bad.
be a real Marvel fan, but even you guys can't ace this one, says the test.
Thanks,
Try
test.
that at home, folks. See how you did,
Ooh.
and let us know.
That was stressful.
Yeah. See, I wanted you to go through that because I figured you would do pretty good, so.
Thanks.
Okay.
I like quizzes when I can get
want
them.
to move on to something, Anth0z, that I like to call topic number 2, which is also
Cool.
Matt's topic.
Ooh.
Can I remember what my topic is? I should have wrote it down. And oh yes, I remember now.
Yep.
Yeah, battle binging. Okay, mine shouldn't actually be all that long because I just have kind of a concept in mind of what I want to hear from you. So, you know Minecraft.
Do
correct?
I?
Yes. Do you know the gameplay of Minecraft? I don't actually know. Have you played Minecraft?
I haven't played it, but I've seen people play it.
Okay, so you know the concept of the crafting system in Minecraft?
Yep.
You know how that all works?
Yep,
And
more or less.
the resource gathering in Minecraft?
Yeah.
So for your sake, sort of like in Breath of the Wild, how they incorporated a bit of the Minecraft stuff, they added resource gathering and then crafting. If you could do that to any game series and add in resource gathering and then crafting for those resources, but with the ability to then place things you've crafted into the universe. So I don't think Breath of the Wild totally has that, where you can kind of manipulate the environment by placing unique tools and buildings and things down into the environment. Like in Breath of the Wild, you can make like swords, or you could make a slingshot or something, right? But I don't think you could make like a factory, for example, and just place it suddenly in a field. Like that field will always be a field. But in Minecraft, you can totally manipulate your environment. Does that make sense?
So as in like if you created some sort of unique, say you created like a one of a kind sword,
Yeah.
you can then place it somewhere for somebody else to find?
Sure.
In Minecraft?
Maybe you could make a frame or something, place it on a wall, and place that sword in the frame. Or you could make an armor stand or something, place it down and put your sword there. Like let's say in Breath of the Wild, it'd be exactly like how Breath of the Wild is, except for adding Skyrim sort of into it, where you could maybe set an area as your home and now craft a bed and put the bed there and craft a lamp, a dresser and all that kind of stuff and build like a house sort of thing. Does that make sense?
I think so, yeah.
I don't really. There's not really. The reason why it's hard to describe is because there's not really a genre for that. Like that. Like people will say crafting or survival for Minecraft for the genre.
Yeah.
But there's nothing for like total sandbox manipulation where it's like being able to totally change your environment. So I don't know. I don't want to make this question too convoluted. So let me just break this down to the simplicity.
Break it down.
Resource gathering and crafting. Let's just stick with that because that's simpler. So.
Okay.
If you can now take any game, it can be anything, and add in resource gathering and crafting systems to it, but I want to see like at least to the level of Breath of the Wild, which I think did it pretty well. Which game could you do that for? And examples of this are things like Far Cry, where they recently added this. So you can now gather resources and be able to craft on the fly. Last of Us does this in a certain kind of way where you're crafting things on the fly with the resources you've gathered. But Breath of the Wild, I think, is one of the better ones that does it really well. So anyways, if you could take any game, you could even remake something from classics and then bring it back to now, but then also add this as a added feature to it. Which game would you do it and why?
Holy, that's difficult. As in, it's hard for me to picture a game specifically that I want to change it in that way, because then it becomes a completely different game, I feel.
So I'll go first if it helps.
Sure.
A little bit. And I'm
Sure.
literally just spitballing here, but one of my favorite series is Doom. So
Okay.
What I'm actually doing is kind of reverse engineering this. I like Doom, and if I was to then add that into Doom, I don't necessarily think that's something that Doom needs. It's just a game that we're supposed to go and shoot a bunch of zombies. But let's just say, okay, well, I suddenly want to add in a crafting system and resource gathering. Well, now I got to make it so the guns need like zombie blood or something, right? So I would think that these guns shoot the plasma. Like there's a plasma gun in Doom. Maybe it shoots the plasma from the creatures you kill. So as you kill them, you're gathering their blood. Maybe there's a gun that uses tech. So you can rip off machines or break machines around and then build up specific tech to your guns and build up on the gun, craft different things for your gun for it to work better. If you ripped off certain tech from the walls during the levels, you'd be able to craft add-ons to a gun, or maybe even guns in general. I don't really know. And then let's say if you took like colors, so lava would be red, toxic waste would be green, some zombies would be like brownish, I guess, and then you can take those colors and now stylize your guns. Maybe with some of the creatures you can take their skin and be able to skin the guns so that the guns have specific styles and colors to them with like scales or something, and make them all look different and customize them how you'd want. I think that's how I would incorporate into Doom, so it's not taking away from the Doom aspect too much, but it's still adding in this whole new crafting and resource gathering part to it. That's what I would do to Doom, I think.
Oh, wow, interesting.
And I think this is really unique, and for like game designers, this is a really unique test to do. You take a genre, like what we're doing right now is survival, resource gathering, crafting kind of thing, and throwing that into something where you don't think it would mix, and try to make it work, you know?
Right.
It's crossover, really.
Nice. See, at first when you first mentioned it, like I knew where you were going with it, and then my first thought was Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Because like, I don't know. I was trying to picture something like what is a game that doesn't have anything like that right now, and maybe could benefit from like that kind of experiment.
That's
so I was thinking
such a unique
like
choice.
a 1v1 fighter type of game.
Yeah. Oh, I love
and then
that.
adding that in, like I don't know, because like I guess it's difficult because you'd have to. How would you be able to standardize or like regulate like I guess like fairness, because one person could create, or I guess no, I guess if you create something, you just make it available to both characters. It's just a matter of them like getting to that item or getting whatever like special power up or ability in order to use it in that match somehow. I think that could be kind of cool.
So what I would do in Mortal Kombat is probably make it so you have your own levels that you can change and manipulate based on the fights you've had previously. So you're gaining resources by fighting other people, then creating your own sort of level where you bring people into your arena to fight you.
Oh.
I would go that route, as well as character customization, but only for vanity purposes, not to make your character stronger, just to make your character customized in the way you want it to be.
Okay.
I would go that route, but what would you do?
Okay, actually, my other idea actually would have been for Kirby's Adventure, or just like Kirby games in general.
That probably fit.
And it's because so like you can already, well, in I don't know if you can still with like the most recent games, but in all except for like the first game that ever came out, I think he's always been able to suck up enemies, take their powers, but they usually wouldn't last, right? Like you would spit it out, or you would end the level and then you don't have it anymore, I think.
Right.
So you would start the next level like brand new, like fresh Kirby, fresh Puff. So I was thinking, if it's something that you could take with you to the next world, it's like whatever, or next map or level, whatever. I guess depending on the types of enemies that you've sucked up, but maybe you could also go as far as to say like you could suck up not just enemies, but you could suck up other parts of like the environment. So you could suck up like a bush, and then you'd be able to like keep the trait of being able to turn green, or use that green characteristic and apply it to yourself aesthetically, or you can apply it to like if you sucked up the sword guy, then you can have like a green sword, and the green sword would like be stronger against like certain other colors or something like that.
That's smart.
So
I
think that could be kind of fun, because like
that's almost like crafting system without a grid. Like Minecraft's got a grid that you try to craft onto. And like other games have a crafting system where they just kind of accumulate all of your resources and then say, okay, you have them all, so now you can craft. Yours is almost like without any of that, you're being the creative person with the crafting stuff. Like you're going, okay, that's actually kind of Breath of the Wild, but you're kind of going like, okay, well, what if I get the sword? Well, what if I suck up the water right now? Does that make the sword blue? Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, well, but makes the sword watery or something. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if I do water and then some grass and the sword, oh, now it's like a mixture of like bluey green sword or something, right? Like, and then you're just kind of figuring it out as you go. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got like another Friends reference. I'm just gonna mention it anyway.
Do it.
So there's the episode where Chandler and Ross are attending Choss or Randler.
Ooh.
They're attending another wedding because at his and Monica's wedding, they lost the cameras.
Yep.
And so then Ross goes up to make a speech so that Chandler can take a picture of him, like doing toasts.
Yeah.
And so then he goes up, and then somebody starts clinking the glasses. And so all attention goes on to Ross. And he's like, with the owner of a blue 1980s LeSabre, please go to your car because it's being towed.
Oh, yeah. And the
so
guy
then
walks
in the
up
meantime,
to him?
so then Chandler's done, and he goes up to him, and then the guy comes up, and then he's like my car's being towed, and he was like, you're the owner of a blue 1980 LeSabre, and he said, yeah, and then Ross is like, I'm sorry, I meant a green 1980 LeSabre, and he's like, yeah, a blue-green LeSabre.
And doesn't Ross just say, my God, man, go get it? Or something like
He's like, he says, we'll go.
Oh my God.
See, he's so melodic.
Oh, man. You're always building a good case for Friends.
Thank you. I'm the biggest advocate they have.
Good.
Go get it.
Cool. I like that. That was cool. So it wasn't a very long topic, but that was kind of just what I wanted to spitball there a little bit on that. I've kind of had that brewing in my mind for a little bit here of just like adding that genre into a different game and seeing how it would work. So
that's fun. Like I was trying to picture how it would work in other games. So I was thinking like Super Mario. Like how could it?
Well, that's exactly where my mind went too. Because Breath of the Wild was shocking when they added a crafting system and resource gathering. Because that's not Legend of Zelda at all. But it worked so well in that game. So yeah, Mario Odyssey doesn't necessarily have a crafting system in it, but it has like a tiny bit of resource gathering, I guess, to that extent. Actually, kind of like on par with the Kirby thing you were talking about. You kind of do that in Mario Galaxy with mixing your hat ability by like switching it to other people. But yeah, could Mario work by Mario going and gathering sand from the dry desert, or going and gathering like lava from the whatever place? I don't know. And then like maybe Mario's home or something, he's able to decorate things based on the resources he's gathered or something. Like, I have no idea, but will it work? I don't know. I'm shocked more people haven't tried the Minecraft formula, but it works for a lot of games right now. So I'm just curious if it's going to work in these IPs we've seen for a long time. Will Metroid come in and try it? Will Castlevania come in and try it? Like, I'm just curious how are these IPs going to try to adapt with this?
Yeah, I'm thinking like I'm trying to see how it would work in League of Legends. So I don't know, I can't remember if you're familiar with it, but it's basically a tower defense game. So in like the MOBA style. Yep. And so in their 5v5 map, there's like the jungle, but then there's also like the regular paths where the minions are going. And I was trying to think of like, okay, well, could your champion, like, could you go into like the jungle and like mine resources from the jungle, and so you've got them with you, and then when you kill an enemy, like kill like an enemy champion, you can like loot their body, and so like whatever you get from their body plus whatever you mine, you can like craft something, and then
like you could spend that time to go and do something like that and get rewarded greatly for it, right? Like maybe you can build up a wall, like some kind of wall or defense on one of the lanes, because you've taken the time to be able to gather all these resources and put it on there. Now suddenly it's blocked off something, I guess, and I don't know, you can benefit your team somehow.
Yeah. Oh, that could be fun. That
or
could
you
be
could do
cool.
traps. You can build traps easily. I know some of the characters have like trap abilities or whatever, but like Minecraft's got very specific redstone and then allowing traps to like happen, right? And it'd be very interesting to see something like that happen in League of Legends. Like, oh, if you gathered enough rocks, enough wood, you can make spike traps or something like that. And and then you can place the spike. Oh, actually, Fortnite does that kind of thing. So Fortnite's a very good example of this. I'm not a big fan of the game, but it does have resource gathering by breaking things down and getting all these raw resources, then crafting these tools to be able to then use in the battlefield. And actually, they do that pretty well. So that's pretty interesting.
Cool.
That applies to League of Legends to be good. Yeah, makes my mind go like...
Yeah, it gets those creative juices flowing.
It really does. It just does.
It just does.
It just does.
Anth0z, we're at a little special time of the show where I like to say, where can the audience find you?
Well, if you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter at Anth0z1. That is at ANTH0Z1.
And if you'd like to find me, you can find me at Twitter as well, at Mattbrush Gaming. If you'd like to watch this in a video form, you can go to YouTube and also type in Mattbrush Gaming, or you can type in the Scumm Bar Podcast, which is what you can do if you're trying to find the podcast itself on any of your podcast platforms. You can just type in the Scumm Bar Podcast, and you'll find us, I'm sure, on any of them. We're on Spotify, we're on Stitcher, we're on iTunes, we are on Witcher, we're on Podbean. Yeah, the new
Sabrina the Teenage Witcher.
Exactly. We're there. And if you'd like to leave us a comment or a like, we much appreciate it. We'd love to get feedback from you guys. If you want to write us a full-on fan letter, go to the scummbarpodcast@gmail.com and write us there, because we're listening, guys. We're listening.
We're there and we're here.
And we are
everywhere.
We hear you. So please, leave us a like, leave us a comment, leave us a star, leave us a thumbs up, leave us a horse. We want it all.
A horse each.
Each of us want a horse.
I want my own horse.
I know you've got a specific monologue for these people at home. I don't know if they want to hear it. I don't know. Is it too much for them? It might be too much.
Well,
you know what? I think they're ready. Go ahead.
Okay. We are here, and we hear. But do you hear what I hear?
Do you hear what I hear? Do you hear what I hear?
Papa, can you hear me?
I say that so much in my regular life, and you're not around to enjoy the joke.